guys, my name's Claire and welcome back to another Riders of Icarus video. In today's video, we're going to be checking out 5 tips and tricks for wizards. If you guys find this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And without further ado, let's get into the video. The first thing I want to talk about here is Mana Shield. Mana Shield is this skill right down here. It surrounds you with a barrier of mana, so incoming damage consumes mana instead of health. This is going to help wizards stay alive a lot longer since we're really squishy. Here, I'm going to aggro a couple of guys to give you an example of what it looks like when you have Mana Shield on. I think 3 is enough. Alright, we're just going to circle around. Alright, so we can already see that my mana is going down instead of my HP. This is all thanks to Mana Shield. Here, let me just... So as you guys saw, Mana Shield is really helpful for keeping you alive, but as you can see, it also took a lot of my mana just for those 3 guys that you saw on me. So it does consume a lot of your mana, so I really recommend having mana potions on hand. Or if you don't have a lot of mana potions, you can also use curses such as Dark Affiliation and Gripping Curse. Now, by using these, it's going to decrease your magic attack and increase your cast time, but it's going to replenish your HP and your mana. This stacks up to 5 times, so it'll continue to give you a bunch of debuffs, but it's going to regenerate a lot more of your HP and your mana. So really quick. Alright, after using it twice, let's see, I just want to get out of the way here. I don't want him to keep aggroing me. Alright. So it's given us Shadow Spark. Magic attack has been decreased by 10%, cast time increased by 4%, but just from using it twice, it's restoring 1% of my health and my mana every 2 seconds for 120 seconds. Let's see if So after stacking 5 times, I have magic attack decreased by 25%, cast time increased by 10%, but it's restoring 2.5% of my health and my mana every 2 seconds for 120 seconds. And as you can see, my mana and my health are already replenished. So right now I have my curses active right now. I have Shadow Spark on me, and I'm taking a little bit of damage, but not as much as I was before. And just by backing up a little bit, it gives my curses enough time to fully replenish my mana, and I am in no danger, and I can tank these guys without any issues. There's also a talent here, Mana Conversion. This applies to Mana Shield only, but it says that Mana Shield consumes 30% less mana. So you guys saw how much mana I lost just from those 3 guys. I was also being a little careless there, but that's after consuming 30% less mana. So without this skill, I probably would have lost about half of my mana instead of a third or so. So if you guys want, you should really take that skill. It's going to help your Mana Shield not kill you as much. But also, if you're taking a lot of damage from Mana Shield, you can turn it off for a little while so that you're taking health as damage for a little while. Because then your curses are going to regenerate your HP and your mana. So it's going to replenish both over time. So if you take some damage through your HP and some damage through your mana while using Mana Shield, you're going to be replenishing both of them instead of just one. So your mana is kind of like an extra health bar. So the next thing I want to talk about are spell rotations and spell effects. So really quick, one of the rotations I like to use is Ember Bomb, and then Flame Barrage, and then Ice Fang. This is because Ember Bomb and Flame Barrage are going to give you Burning Embers. And casting Ice Fang on an enemy afflicted by Burning Embers will make the spell instant, dealing 300% damage and having a 100% chance to push them back. So really quick, we're going to use Ember Bomb, and Flame Barrage is linked. And then you spam Ice Fang, and look at how much damage that's doing. We're just gonna finish him off real quick. Really? Okay, you had like a hit point. But yeah, that's one of the rotations I really like to use. There's also another one where you start with Cinder Fog. That increases your magic attack. Then you use Firestorm, Inferno Meteor, and Ice Pillar. And we'll just take a step back and look at that. His health bar flew down. Really like that skill. There's also the ice version of that, where we use Hailstorm, Glacial Meteor, and then Ice Pillar. You take a step back and just watch. There he goes again. But yeah, those are some of the 3 rotations I really like to use. There's also a little tip I have. I don't really know if I call this a rotation, but you can use Thunderstorm to stun an enemy. So if he's in that area of effect, he's not going to move. He has a lightning bolt coming down on him. He's no threat to you whatsoever, and you can safely kill him from a distance, and he's not going to approach you or anything. He's stuck. And look at that. Didn't even get close to me. But yeah, I just really like Thunderstorm, so if you have like a big group of enemies or whatever, as long as they're in that circle, they're not going to come towards you because they're going to have that lightning bolt coming down on them and they're going to be stunned. Now really quick, I want to talk about spell effects. So wizards have fire and ice skills, then on the other end, they have light and dark skills, and I say that like that for a reason. So really quick, we're going to attack the insect sentinel really quick with a fire skill. There we go. So I attacked him with fire skills alone, and then we're gonna get out of the way real quick. Alright, so once you use a fire skill, you get, where is it? Inner Flame. And this Inner Flame stacks up to 5 times. Right now I have 2 stacks, so it's giving me magic attack increased by 8%. You're going to get this you're going to get Inner Flame whenever you use a fire skill. So this includes Firestorm, Inferno Meteor, this includes Incinerary Explosion, Flame Trail, Cinder Fog, Fire Shift, my bad, Ember Bomb, Flame Barrage, any fire skill you have. I think I forgot Firestorm, I don't really remember. But with any fire skill, you're gonna get Inner Flame stacks. Now I've stacked it up to the 5 max stacks that you can have, and I have magic attack increased by 20%. So anytime you use your fire skill, you're going to get Inner Flame, and then every time you use a fire skill beyond that, you're going to add stacks to it up until 5. But here's why I mentioned fire and ice skills together. It's because once you use an ice skill, Inner Flame is instantly gone, and it is instead replaced by Still Waters. And right now I have 2 out of 5 stacks, and this increases my magical critical rate by 8%. Now with the ice skills, this includes, oh, I don't think I aggroed him. Okay. This includes Ice Fang, Frost Bomb, Ice Barrage, Ice Shift. I think that's all of them. But basically any ice skill is going to work for this. Here, Frost Bomb, Ice Barrage, some Ice Fangs, and there we go. We got 5 stacks of Still Waters. This is going to increase your magical critical rate by now 20%. So if you were to use a fire skill right after this, let's see, is he resetting? Yeah, he's resetting. Give him a sec. Alright, so now I'm going to use a fire skill, and bam, Still Waters is gone, and it has been replaced by Inner Flame again, increasing our magic attack. So anytime you use a fire skill, you're going to increase your magic attack, and every time you use an ice skill, you're going to increase your critical rate. So those are the fire and the ice skills, and now I'm going to talk about the light and the dark skills. Right, so let's see, the light skills. This includes Light Explosion. This also includes Light Blast and Thunderstorm. And because of my talent tree, this also includes Fire Shift. It might not for yours if your talent tree is different from mine. Because let's see, right now, if I were to use Fire Shift, I got the skill Surging Light. This decreases cast time by 5%. That's the light skill that you're going to get, so let's see if I can add a couple more stacks to that. There we go. I can't use Light Blast right away. There we go. And right now we have 4 stacks of it, which is going to decrease our cast time by now 20%. If I can get one more stack, there we go, 5 times. And that's going to decrease our cast time by 25%. And I can have Surging Light, which is the light effect, and I can have the fire effect, Inner Flame. They're not going to interfere with each other. So the fire effect, Inner Flame, is only going to be affected when you use an ice skill, and it's going to be replaced by Still Waters. So the light effect is not going to be affected by your fire and your ice skills. It's only going to be affected if you use a dark skill. And I'm just calling them dark skills, but it's really the curses, Dark Affiliation and Gripping Curse. The second I use one of these, Surging Light is gone, and it has been replaced by Shadow Spark. This can also have 5 stacks, and right now with 1 stack it is decreasing my magic attack by 5%. It's increasing my cast time by 2%, but this is restoring my HP and my mana. This is the same skill I was talking about when I was going over Mana Shield. So you can only have the dark effect going on or the light effect going on. So right now it's got Shadow Spark with only 1 stack. And once I keep going up the stacks, the debuffs are going to increase, but I'm going to continue to restore more and more mana and HP. And here we are, 5 stacks, and I now have magic attack decreased by 25%, cast time increased by 10%, whoop, and it went over way, and restores 2.5 health and mana every 2 seconds for 120 seconds. But yeah, all of these little effects are going to last for 2 minutes, and they can have up to 5 stacks, and there's a very solid line in between them. So on one end we have the fire and the ice skills, and then on the other end we have the light and the dark skills. Next are pets, skill stones, and gear stats. So when we're looking at end game, you're going to want to have Ancient Casper as your pet. He gives you overall attack increased by 50%, overall critical damage increased by 350, movement speed increased by 25%, and overall defense increased by 33%. He's a really good pet to have, and as you can see, I have 6 of them for Spire, so he's one of my favorites to have. He also has a skill, let's see where it is. Nature's Primordial Recovery. It restores 3.5 health every 2 seconds for 21 seconds, which is actually better than the curses, which only give you at max 2.5 health. That's also for 2 minutes though, and this is only for 21 seconds, but it's really good to bring them out when you're in like Spire and other dungeons like that. I also have Saluna, who's a really good pet. She gives me overall attack increased by 55%, overall defense increased by 38%, health increased by 38%, and movement speed increased by 30%. And along with her, I have Benevolent Antares. When you're a wizard, you want to have Benevolent Antares, and if you use Strength instead of Intelligence, then you want to have Furious Antares. With Benevolent, I have overall attack increased by 54%, overall defense increased by 37%, overall critical damage increased by 398, and movement speed increased by 25%. So these are some really good pets to have with you. I also collect a lot of different pets, which is why I have all of these. If you don't have Saluna, Antares, or Casper, well, first I really recommend getting them. But I mean, if you have like a Torkai or a Tishanan, they're not terrible to have around with you. Like with Torkai, it gives me overall attack, it gives me some health, it gives me defense and critical damage, which isn't bad, but the numbers are lower compared to Casper and Antares and Saluna, so it's not terrible to have, but you're also going to want to try to get those 3 if you don't already have them. So when it comes for the different types of seal stones that you have, you really want a seal that's going to give you intelligence. For example, Ancient Casper would be one of the better seals for you to have. Like in my crossbow, I have 2 Casper there that are both +5. They give me overall attack, intelligence, health, and all attributes. So if you have all of your gear with like just Ancient Casper, you're in a really good spot. If you also got the chance to get the gerbils from the past couple of events, that is one of the best seals that you can have without spending money on the game. I've +7 to every single gerbil I have, which gives me stat limit break, overall attack, overall critical damage, and all attributes +152, which is the big thing for these gerbils. So that's the 152 attributes is going to give me 100 strength, 100 dexterity, well actually 152. But when it gets to 152 intelligence, 1 intelligence adds 1.5 magic attack. So 152 intelligence has got to be like 450 or so magic attack. I'm literally just doing this off the top of my head. I probably don't have those numbers right, but it's going to be like a good number. And then, whoop, X. And when you have that many gerbils, because I have gerbils on almost every piece of gear, I also have a rune golem in my boots that gives me overall attack, health, and then all attributes. Rune golem isn't as bad, but since it's already +7, I'm not going to be taking it out because then I'm like wasting a +7 extractor. But rune golem isn't too bad to have. Ancient Casper, the gerbils. Before you get all ancient Caspers, if you were to have like a Rodash Soul Crystal or just Adius or Rodash in general, or if you have like Tashanin or Torkai, like those aren't too terribly bad, but you really want to try to get full ancient Casper if you don't have the gerbils. So those are the kind of pets that you want to have. When it comes to the stats that you want on your gear, you want your necklace to have magic attack plus insert percentage here. Like for me, I have magic attack +4% and magic attack +6%. I'm hoping after a couple of refining attempts that the cooldown -8% is also going to be magic attack. And when it comes to rings, you want a stat that's either going to give you health or mana percentage, or one that's going to decrease your cast time. Because right now I already have an insane number of mana and health, but my cast time is only 42.4 out of 99. So if anything, I'm trying to reroll both of my rings to have only cast time. You're also going to want to have cast time on your crossbow and on your lance, because while you could roll intelligence on those weapons, the intelligence on my lance is 39 and the intelligence on my crossbow is 32. But when you look at my gloves here, my intelligence is 191 or 201, and over here we have intelligence plus 211 and 164. Like when it comes to my staff and my pieces of equipment, those intelligence numbers are a lot higher than on my crossbow and my lance, so you want to focus on having cast time on those two. And then for my staff and the other pieces of gear and equipment, you're just going to want to have those all three be cast time. Or not cast time, intelligence. I'm thinking too much about cast time now. But yeah, on your hat, your gloves, your boots, your staff, your robe, your pauldron, like you just want to have cast. Oh my god, not cast time! Intelligence! You want intelligence on these. You want cast time on your rings, your lance, your crossbow. Staff, and everything else up here, intelligence. Okay, I got that down. See, I'm teaching myself now. Alright, and then also for your bracelet, you also want to have magic attack rubies there. And the very last thing we're going to be taking a look at is the DPS talent build for wizards. So really quick, I'm going to head over to my talent tree. So I have the DPS build. So here you're going to want all the skills from the fire tree. And after you equipped the 5th skill from the fire tree, I think it is, it's going to break intelligence limit. And that means that here every attribute has a limit. So right now for my strength, I have 2,810, but the max strength limit is 1,215. So while my character has 2,000, only 1,215 of that is being applied to my character. And even still, wizards don't use strength, so I'm not too concerned about that. But looking at constitution, I have 2,640 constitution, but only 1,045 is being applied to my character, so that other constitution is just being wasted. But if you were to look at my intelligence stat, I have 10,384 with no limit, because in green you can see it says remove restriction. So I can have as much intelligence as I want, and every point of intelligence adds 1.5 magic attack, which is why I have 83,201 up to 102,409 magic attack. So it's a big deal when you remove the restriction of one of your attributes. Then, after you have all the skills from the fire tree, I have mana conversion. I mentioned this skill a bit earlier in this video. Mana shield consumes 30% less mana, which is the main reason that you want this skill. The bonuses it has is it increases PvP defense by 20%. I'm not really much of a PvP wizard, so this guide is more for wizards who are focusing on PvE. Yeah, I'm not really all that big into PvP, but I guess this kind of helps me with that, with PvP a bit, if I were to ever suddenly get into it. This reduces the cast time of Ice Shift by 20%. Successful attacks activate Skill Waters and Dark Ecstasy. Wait, Ice Shift, successful attacks activate Dark Ecstasy. That's one of the skills from here, Gripping Curse. Activate this skill while Dark Ecstasy is active to also inflict pain. Where is Dark Ecstasy? Here it is. It's from Dark Affiliation. This grants Dark Ecstasy when cast, removing 1% of your health and mana. Recovering 1% of your health and mana each second for 5 seconds. Okay, that's interesting. Also got a kitten with me. Alright. And then the last skill is Spell Force. This applies to Dark Ecstasy and Overload status effects. The buff lasts 10 seconds longer, but the main reason that you want this is because it increases physical defense by 30%. That is super important. I had a tail in my face. Light Explosion activates Overloaded and Summoned Beast lasts 5 seconds longer. Alright, you really gotta go. Come on, SOE. But yeah, those are the skills that you're going to want for the DPS talent build. Oh my god! Alright, I'm going to end it here. Alright, are we done? Are we done? No? Okay, so now that I'm no longer being attacked by a kitten, I can show you guys some cool tricks that I found out with wizards. So with wizards, you can actually time your blink just right to take no fall damage. So really quick, I'm going to go up in the air. Alright, and then I'm going to dismount, and if you time it just right, you can blink and not take any fall damage whatsoever, which is super cool. And then also, you can double blink. So if you were to double tap W, you blink forward, and then if you double tap Z, you blink backwards. So if you double tap with W, and then quickly move your screen around, wait, how was it again? Okay, yeah, alright, I got it again. It took me a minute. I haven't done this in a while. So you double tap with W to blink forward. Then you would turn your screen around and then double tap with S. So really quick, let's see if I can do this just right. W, S, and bring it around again. W, S, W, S. And I'm blinking really far. I think I was like over there and now I'm all the way over here just from blinking. So you can basically double blink to kind of move twice as fast. Blinking does consume a lot of mana, but if you have your curses active, this will really help you get through a bunch of different areas like Tomb of the Worm a lot faster because there's a lot of running involved with that. So it'll definitely help you get further in that dungeon quicker. Wizard skills also have a lot of range on them. You can hit an enemy from really far away. I think the range is 22, so let me just go with 22. Yeah, I can hit that tortoise from all the way over there. And then by the time he gets to me, he's already launched back, and I'm hitting it with Ice Fang, and he's dead. So you can really like back away from certain enemies and then hit them from really far away. Wait, I'm not 22 meters. There we go. And look at that. Look how far away he is. And yeah, he doesn't even get close to me. So I really like that with wizards, because with where the melee classes, you have to be like right on top of them in order to attack. But really, you can keep your distance from a lot of these guys. I do have a bad habit though of trying to be a tank and like practically blinking on top of a mob and then killing it. But especially when you're first leveling, you really want to utilize the range on wizards. So yeah, again, like I'm 20 meters away and there he goes. Like, it's very nice, the range that wizards have. And then their AoEs can also attack a large number of enemies at the same time, again from really far away. The range is 22 meters again. So yeah, I could probably hit both of these pelicans in one go. I don't know, they're a little far apart. I don't think I can hit them. No? No? Okay, I lied. I'm sorry. So usually you can do that, but they're a little too far apart for that example. But still, you can hit a lot of different enemies at the same time with the AoEs, and you can hit them from afar and kill them before they even touch you. And if they ever get too close, you can even like double blink away. Like there's a lot of cool things that wizards can do that I don't see a lot of people utilizing, including myself actually. So I really hope that I was able to share some pretty cool tricks and tips with you guys. If you guys found this video helpful, please be sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. And I will see you guys in my next video. See ya.